Hello. I'm sorry for being late for a few minutes, but I hope that it will be worth the wait. Um, we are in Croatia, so we are not currently in Houston. We plan to be in Houston sometime in the autumn and hold a live meetup and answer all your questions then. In the meantime, if you have any questions now or you would like to find something interesting about anything that we will be talking about, please just let us know. Here is the presentation that we will be holding, and let's get started. Um, um, so um, I am. Can you hear my? Can you see my screen correctly? Can you see my screen in the full? Okay, today we will be talking about how infrastructure in the cloud can help your business. And this topic is it is very hot topic. On the other hand, it is a very interesting topic for many companies and for many people that are looking into the cloud with big eyes and trying to figure out how to change the way that they're functioning and the way that they are doing their IT. But not only IT, as you can see, there will be very interesting examples what is happening in the cloud and with the infrastructure. Um, we'll be first talking about what is Miadria Group and why we are different from all the other companies that are working in the cloud. We will be then trying to see what is your competition up to and how you can distinguish yourself and benefit from the cloud. We will also be talking about how infrastructure in the cloud differs from the legacy and how you can digitalize your business processes in the public cloud. And in the end, how to use all these possibilities in your everyday business. In the end, we'll be talking about questions and answers. I'm not sure if we'll be keeping up to this schedule, but we will try to tell you as much as we can without being long and boresome for you. So here we are. We will be talking today. So I'm the CEO and owner of Miadria Group. You can contact me at any time with any question. I would be more than happy to answer them. And joining me will be our Miadria Group CEO, Mladen Baranik. So what is Miadria Group? We have been in the cloud business for now more than 6 years, 7 years, and we have been deploying cloud services of various kind into many companies. We have a local company in Houston, and we are very excited to be working with the Texan companies and to help Texan companies benefit from the cloud and from all that cloud can bring you. This word cloud is such a boring word that has so many meanings. What our website tells you is that if you're looking for the innovation, for the transformation, and for simplification, come to us, and we will show you what is the benefit of all these new technologies that are ahead of us. What is our portfolio? Miadria Group works with Google. We provide our clients with Google Apps for Work, with Google Search for Work solutions, with Chrome for Work, with Cloud Platform. That is the infrastructure solution, which our CTO will tell you more about a little bit later. We provide you with Maps solutions, and In addition to Google, we have started 3 years ago with other vendors. We have been closely following up what is happening in this area and making us partners with the best solutions in the market. So there is IBM, which has the amazing IBM Verse and Connections Cloud, which enables you to have as much social business within your company as possible. We also work with IBM for the FiberLink Mass 360, which is the top of the line mobile device management that allows you to control how your users in the company are using their mobile devices, to have the full control and the full security and assurance that mobile devices are really used in the way that is beneficial for your company. We partner with Amazon Web Services to provide our clients with the cloud computing platform infrastructure that is top of the line, and that enables you basically to move your entire data center into the cloud. We also work with Cisco Meraki, which is a networking cloud management that has so many features that it could really take me like a day to tell you everything. But in the nutshell, it really enables a company to benefit from the cloud with their networking equipment. So no MPLS, no very slow and bad networks, just top of the line Meraki, which is the best solution for the Wi-Fi in the market. And of course, there is Microsoft, which is in the old world, they were the number one, and they're becoming to be the number one in the cloud with so many solutions from Office 365, Azure, license optimization, mobile device management, and CRM. They have such a wide range of services which can come for which companies can come to just one place. And we also have our own development and many other vendors which that we work with, like Softwatch, a company that enables you to use their service to see how your users are basically using the services that you give them, how they're using the Microsoft Office, how they're using the Outlook, how they're using the Google Apps, how they're using the Office 365. And this enables you not only to have control over your licensing needs, but also to see how how your users are basically doing their everyday work, and how you can also save money by switching it up and mixing it up a little bit. So we are big proponents of the coexistence of various solutions. We do not believe that one of these solutions will be just the one that will solve all your needs at once. We believe that only with the right mix of various solutions can your company really benefit from the new way of thinking. We also do not believe that you have to move everything to the cloud immediately. We also can help you setting up the hybrid cloud and making your move to the cloud very gradual and in the pace that you will find the most appropriate for your company. We know the public cloud is the future, but also that your company has many, if you're an older company, you of course have so many other ways in which you developed your IT in the past, and we know how to respect that. And you do not need to change in order to use the new technologies. It is important that you use these technologies to your greatest benefit. We provide a wide range of services in Miadria Group, so we can help you with the project management, so that you do not have to worry about everyday tasks and how the project is going. We can also help you with all the technical details, from the very easy ones to the very complex ones. We will plan everything for you, so there will be no unknowns, there will be no questions. You will be able to just take care of your everyday business, while we will be doing the advanced stuff that you might not want to deal with at all. We will also take care of the change management, which will include from the simple training to the very complex managing of the change within the organization. There will always be some employees and some people in your organization that will feel like they do not want to change, and that change is really too much for them. And we know how to deal with this kind of internal stuff, so that you can also focus on your everyday business. And in the end, we can also help with business transformation and complex business consultancy to align your business processes with the new technology, and that will help you to improve the way you work, and make your company the new one in a way that you have never imagined possible. We will also provide you with continued support, and there will be always our constant attention to the innovation and to making sure that your organization is really reaping the most benefit that you can from the change that you're going through. What is your competition up to? So we are seeing in the entire world that companies are moving to the public cloud. In their own words, service providers are saying that 85% of Fortune 500 use Azure over 30 unique Azure regions. Over 60% of the Fortune 500 are using Google services. 80% of Fortune 500 companies use Office 365, and 49 of the top 50 Fortune 500 companies use IBM Cloud. This is really impressive. This is the revolution that is happening with the cloud computing, and many of those companies that are using the public cloud are seeing lots of benefits coming to their business and to way in which they make their money. So the very cautionary tale that we can tell you right now is about the chief electricity officer. So, for instance, in the beginning of the 20th century, the chief electricity officer, that was a function that was one of the biggest functions in every company. So if you had the manufacturing company, you just simply had to produce your own electricity. There was no way that you could pay for electricity as a service, and you were forced to do so. And as the time went by and there were significant technological changes, now we are used to paying for electricity. Almost no one in the world is just making their own electricity, because it does not make any more sense in the economical sense, and in any other sense of the view. So this is the change that we are going through. In 100 years, there will be somebody telling some other cautionary tale about how companies used to maintain their own mail servers. Because when we are talking about moving to the cloud, there are just some things that you might want to stick to in your own data center. And there most probably will always be that kind of data, some very sensitive data, some data that is protected by some privacy act or any internal way of thinking about the data. But when you're talking about the mail server, your mail goes to the internet anyway, so why should you be maintaining your own mail server in house when if this is not really your core business? And the mail server is core business for only just a handful of companies in the world. We can say that there is a big usage of the word cloud, and lots of people are using it like cloud this and cloud that. When we are talking about the cloud, we are talking just about the stable, scalable, and reliable infrastructure of the pure cloud that is offered by the big ones like Google, like Microsoft, like IBM, like Amazon. So we are not talking about, just having your own data center on one place, and then just one day when somebody's pushing you as an IT manager, please use cloud, then you just put like a table in front of your data center and say, just now this is the cloud. So we are just talking about the top of the line, providers like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM. We are not talking about like having, some servers in your own living room and just calling it a cloud. When we are talking about the cloud economics, even in the light of the talking about the very sensitive data that I just said, that it might make sense to keep in your own data center. And it might for some companies. If you're really very big, then your private cloud is really decreasing in the cost as you increase the number of servers. But when you take a look at this cloud economics slide, you can see that you really have to be a very, very big company. And, it really pays to have the total economic impact of your move to the cloud calculated, and to have this discussion in-house and see if the public cloud might be the right solution for your company. It is not a very easy decision, and Miadria Group is here to help you make this decision in the right way, and to make this decision in the way that will enable your company to reap the benefits from this decision. What are the benefits of the public cloud? Using public cloud enables you to benefit from massive economies of scale that those big players do have and that you can't have. You will be able to stop guessing capacity. You will be able to just increase capacity when you need it and decrease it when you don't need it. There will be no more, like we have SAP, and then at the end of the month when everybody's using it, we need to have like 100 servers, and during the month we need just 2 servers, and there is always like a big discussion, do we really need that? So no more of that in the public cloud. You will be able also to utilize artificial intelligence, cognitive big data, Internet of Things. There are so many big buzzwords, that everybody is using, but basically you will be able to make your business smarter, to use this information to make smarter business decisions, to be quicker, and to increase speed and agility. You will also be able to stop spending money on data centers, and you can also go global in minutes, which is amazing. You can just have a business in US, and then the other day just have a entire infrastructure for your local office in China. There will be no more like building mail servers in China and having all those problems that we all know. You will be able to go to the market very quickly, to develop products and to test things. Using public cloud enables you to have the great utilization of the developing infrastructure, for instance, on Amazon, and then when you want to just push it into production, then you can do it just in a matter of minutes. You can also trade capital expense for variable expense, which is a tricky one because some companies might want to have more capital expense, but anyway, it from the cost point of view, in the end, it is a big benefit for you. So this is also one of the tales of the past. Things are changing very quickly, and the picture on the left is from the beginning of the 20th century, where there were so many horses in front of the Iron Building in New York that there were people who were just doing the job of picking up after the horses, because horses are really complicated. And in the right picture, there is the same building in New York just few years later with all those cars. There were no more people that were picking up after the horses. So things are changing fast, and things have always been changing fast. Now we are at the moment where you really have to see what is happening and reap those benefits for you, and not wait until the competition does it and then just be the one that is running behind them. Be the one that is setting the trends, be the one that is brave, that is bold, that is using the new technology to be innovative, to be fast, to be quick, to change your organization, and it will be beneficial for your company. Trust me, we have seen that with many of our clients, and we see how their companies change, we see how their companies prosper, and we are here to help you with that journey. Now our CTO will tell you more about how infrastructure in the cloud differs from the legacy. Mladen, pick it up.
Sorry. Hopefully you can hear me now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Currently market situation is that Amazon Web Services is by far largest public cloud vendor. It's followed by Microsoft, and then there are a number of other public cloud vendors, but I would especially mention Google, who has many very innovative solutions in their Google Cloud platform. We'll touch on that later on, and a little bit about IBM. So, when we are talking about moving your current applications to cloud, in principle, you have three three scenarios. One is, for example, for Office productivity applications, you can choose to go with Office 365 or Google Apps or IBM Verse, IBM Connections Cloud. And you can actually sort out all your problems by using software as a service from some public cloud vendor. Then there is a chance, if you still have people who know how your application was developed, and there are benefits of rewriting your existing application, you can try that way, so that your existing application would be more suitable for using mobile devices, web browsers, and not so reliant on legacy operating systems or thick clients. And then the third and most common scenario for legacy applications is that you have to put them into virtual machines, into infrastructure as a service solutions, and do lift and shift. So you have to recreate your existing on-premise environment in the cloud, where you can reap some benefits of scalability. You can also get a number of pricing advantages by using public cloud, especially in disaster recovery and backup scenarios. So after mentioning those three scenarios, there is also methodology how you can approach migration to the cloud. So we recommend using sequential approach where you assess your current situation, do some eventual pilots for either backup and disaster recovery, software as a service, office productivity applications, and stuff like that. If you choose to go with software as a service for office productivity, then you'll move your data like emails or user documents to public cloud, and suddenly you'll be in a position to utilize number of services ranging from artificial intelligence to cognitive capabilities you can add to your data, and number of business intelligence solutions that required local storage, a huge investment into specialized databases that can handle large volumes of data. For example, with Google BigQuery, you can get with less than 10% of the complexity needed to develop your on-premise solution, capability to analyze enormous amount of data. Then, when you already have some of your data in cloud, you can start to move backend applications and basically try to shut down your local data centers. And of course, in the future, you can go with multi-cloud solution, or try to optimize what you have with a single cloud vendor. Now to say a few words about Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft is offering a platform as a service, as an app service development environment. They have virtual machines and containers as an infrastructure as a service, but they also have number of additional services offered through their public cloud. They are really market leader in identity management. So instead of, for example, managing your Active Directory on premise, that is suited for, I would say, legacy Windows 7, Windows 8 machines. If you have Windows 10 mobile devices, then you have a problem. You have to manage identity and policies in legacy Active Directory, and for mobile devices and for web applications. If you go with Azure Active Directory, suddenly you can get best of both worlds. So Azure Active Directory can give you ability to manage identity of your mobile devices in the same place where you manage your Google Apps or your Office 365 accounts, and you can use those credentials for legacy Active Directory protocols like NTLM or Kerberos for your applications that are already deployed in Azure Cloud or even on-premise. With Google Cloud Platform, they are also offering infrastructure as a service, virtual machines and containers. So for that area, Google is a little bit more scalable. They have different advantages over Azure and Amazon regarding flexibility. For platform as a service, Google offers Google Compute Engine, and some other services as well that are very well suited for mobile application development, and their software as a service solution. Google Apps for Work is one of the best solutions if you have mobile workforce and you rely on mobile devices. Like Microsoft, they also offer big data storage, compute, and networking services. But one of really very good offerings from Google is Google BigQuery. So for analyzing huge quantities of data, meaning from 1 terabyte above, you can simplify and speed up deploying solutions by relying on a big query for your storage solution. And Google has one of largest infrastructures in the world. So they connect all continents. They have a number of data centers and edge points where you can directly connect with them. And they also provide caching solutions for content distribution network. And we expect that the number of points of presence will increase this year and next year. Amazon is the oldest public cloud provider. They have at the moment 11 regions, but they also plan to have a data center in every major country in the world. So they make huge investment in Asia and in Europe, in US, and they have a number of edge locations. So they are able also to provide content distribution all over the world. So one of the issues that comes up when you move your applications, office productivity and the backend applications to cloud, is that you are left with legacy networking equipment that is suited for MPLS or leased line environments, where most of the traffic was going through the intranet, while when you are using public cloud, obviously most of the traffic will go to the internet, and amount of traffic within your intranet will gradually decrease. The other problem is how you manage access points, routers, or security devices. So usually it was done through on-premise servers that would run some SNMP or SSH scripts through SSH and stuff like that. So Meraki is bringing one of the solutions how to solve that problem. And the idea is that all networking devices, access point, routers, firewall switches, would actually be controlled from Cisco Cloud, and the whole control plane would be calculated within the cloud. Of course, you can still use some routing and switching protocols, but for example, establishing full mesh VPNs can be done very easily, because within the Cisco Cloud there is already an algorithm how to distribute keys, how to establish VPNs, and how to calculate traffic routing. The other benefit of using such networking solution is that you can actually get big data advantages, where deep packet inspection on networking devices can give you fine-grained control on how traffic behaves within your network, and you can actually troubleshoot uh, uh, your applications in a way that you can see performance log. You can even do Wireshark captures and stuff like that, but you can also track signal level of devices connected to access points, and by using big data algorithms, you can figure out if you have some coverage problems within your facilities where number of users would have very poor Wi-Fi signal and would have a poor experience. Plus, there is one solution very popular with retailers. If you log each and every Bluetooth and Wi-Fi device that comes into range of your access points, you can actually do a walkthrough analysis through your facilities in a way that you get information how many visitors were in your store, how long they stayed there, how long they waited in specific areas of your store, and number of other analysis can be done that way. So Meraki offers access point switches and security appliances, but you also get a dashboard with mobile device management. And as I said, Windows 10 and mobile devices, they are usually not controlled by Active Directory and by security policies, group policies in Active Directory that people used before to manage security within enterprises. And Meraki can suddenly bring together networking and mobile device management in really unique dashboard and solve number of problems with that. So with this, I would like to give back to Adriana to continue with digitalizing business processes.
Yeah, so just let me take a second to come back to my presentation. So I just wanted to share with you something from is it okay now? Can you see the Okay, so I just wanted to share with you something that we had to get today, some education provided by IBM on the Internet of Things topic. And in addition to what Mladen was talking about with Meraki and how you can, I don't know, follow your customers, see how they're approaching your store, or how your bank customers are using the branch, and what you can do to sell more and to be able to use this wireless data that might seem useless at some point in the past, that is now really gold for a company. I can also tell you that in the Internet of Things area, there are so many exciting things happening. We saw the little device that can help you to monitor what is going on with regard to the light in the room, what is going on with regard to the motion, whether there is enough, whether there is some water spilled in your warehouse. You can really use so many sensors, to just have everything on the tip of your finger, and to be quicker, just to be able to react if your warehouse is full of water, or if there is some other thing going on that you do not want to be happening. Also, you can we heard about some insurance companies that are using the data provided by your mobile phone application. If you agree to it, then the insurance company will give you a better deal if you are not driving over the speed limit. So basically, it can also allow you to have a very specific and very unique business model that will distinguish you from the competition. So there are so many options, really. And this digital transformation of your business is basically happening all over the world and in all aspects of our lives. When you take a look at that, at one point in the past, it was normal that in the private life you had basically better tools than you had in your own company. You had like some old mail clients, and you had like an old desktop. And in the private life, we were all much quicker to adopt new technology and to adopt cloud and to use it in the way that we saw fit for our personal business. But in business, it is changing, and the digital transformation is the ability to use modern technology to achieve business results, and it is all connected to the fourth industrial revolution environment. It is web, cloud, mobile, IoT, and it is so much more. There's so many opportunities, and what we at Miadria Group do, we take your business, we look at it, and we try to find the areas where you can really benefit the most in the shortest amount of time. And it works. It really gives companies a competitive edge. It really gives you the opportunity to be able to make money in the way that you have never predicted before. Singapore Post just recently started using the Amazon Cloud, and now they have the e-commerce business that is like the third line of their income, I think, or even second, I'm not sure, but it is a huge part of their business now. They're no longer just the post. They're now selling and using Amazon cloud to make it happen. And if you still think that cloud is something that will just boil over and everybody will forget it one day, it will not. Urgency of digital is very present, and companies are becoming more aware that they need to change, that they need to introduce new technologies, and paradigm is changing, and some industries are already experiencing the shift. The largest taxi company in the world, Uber, now owns no cars. They just have this app, and they're using the data from that app to predict, for instance, where they should go next, which market they should cover the next. They're doing it in a very clever way, and they're using the digital to just disrupt the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things. And who knows where it will go next. Maybe they will just own a fleet of self-driving cars very soon. So this is really something that is happening, and it differs from vertical to vertical how quick they are in adopting. But now we are already seeing that companies like, for instance, the SoftBank Telecom from Japan is a very fast-growing telecom that has been working with Google and using Google Apps in their business for now quite a long time compared to how long cloud has been among us. So basically, we are already seeing that the companies that are using it and that know how to utilize the digital and the cloud computing are basically getting ahead. So don't wait. At least come to us, come to Miadria Group, and let us look into your business and let us think together with you. We are not like, somebody that will come and just tell you, we have those slides already prepared. We are like, the big business consultancy for like 100 years. We are young, and we are, eager to make the change happen for you, and exciting business opportunity for us as well. So let us take a look into your own business and figure out the way how digital and how cloud computing can help your company change it for the better. The question is, are the companies ready? And we are seeing, for instance, some very interesting information in the market. Like there is the 40% annual increase of the new data for companies, which is huge, and it creates so many problems with the storage. It creates so many problems with the way that you have to handle data. There is too much, too often there is so much data, and there is so little opportunity to really get the information out of the data. 50% of the work that we do needs collaboration. We need to be able to share our ideas in a real time. We don't have time, to just attach files and just to send it via email and then to wait for somebody to respond, and then somebody will have, I don't know, to incorporate all those changes into some other document. We need to be doing it now and fast. 4 out of 5 employees are now not collaborating efficiently. It really creates lots of problems. It really reduces our opportunity to change. It really lowers our ability to be able to go to market fast. And 75% of companies allow bring your own device, which is another big buzzword. But only 24% of those companies have adequate security procedures and tools. Trust no one. If you think that your employees are very security conscious and that they know what they're doing, they do not know what they're doing. They will click on any ad, and that's normal. I'm like that. Everybody is like that. It's like, we are all just a disaster waiting to happen from the security and privacy point of view. So basically, the company needs to protect their own data. The company needs to be very serious about that. If you're allowing bring your own device, if you're allowing employees to be using mobile devices to read their emails and to access the company data, then you have to implement the proper mobile device management. You have to be aware of what the risks are, because risks are good in business. With risks you can get ahead more, and if you are taking bigger risks, there will be bigger rewards. If you're very conservative and very conscious, you do not want to take risks. But anyway, you have to be aware of the risks that you're undertaking. And just the fact that you are, for instance, conservative and that you think that you're not undertaking any risks does not mean that the risks are not there. They are. You maybe just don't know about them. So to top it off, 90% of employees admit they are consciously and deliberately violating company procedures when they can thus build, and thus they're building the shadow IT practices, which is really horrible. When I first heard this information, I was appalled, really, because and then I started thinking, I used to work for a big company, and it was normal. I needed to have my work done, and if I didn't have proper tools and proper ways in which to do it with what company gave me, I was using other outlets, just to make my work happen. So if you are not allowing your employees, to have the true collaboration, maybe your employees are using like a consumer version of software as a service applications. Maybe they're really doing stuff that is horrible for a company in the end, but you think you are very conservative. You're not allowing you will not let Google Apps or Office 365 or IBM Connections Cloud into your company. Will just keep it all on site, and all the while your employees will be doing other stuff, and building shadow IT, which you have no idea about. So we can also end with the information that 62% of companies struggle to use information needed to reach decisions efficiently. And you don't need to. There are so many ways in which you can reach your decisions now and use data that you have, and enable your employees to be efficient, to be happy with the way that they are treated and with the tools that they have for their work. So think about this and get back to us with questions. So we can also tell you there is a big misconception is, when we are talking about like email in the cloud, people just think, just email is like I'm sending you one message and then you're sending me another message, and that's it. But in the end, there is something that is called collaboration software, where we can just all get around one idea in the Social Business Connections Cloud by IBM or in the Google Drive, and just work together on a document. We can also connect, in OneDrive of Microsoft, and there are so many ways in which we can collaborate more efficiently, because mail is old, to be true. Mail is really not something that can really get people excited, and everybody knows how to use email, but it's no longer enough. So using collaboration software, to be able to exchange our ideas and to be able to use our together consciousness to just make it happen and to be more efficient is the best way ahead. There are several solutions for business communication, organization, productivity, and collaboration that we would like to talk about. And these are the ones that are now the top of the market. That kind of solutions need to include all your employees and help them become efficient and more productive with modern solutions. And this is basically just like the starting point for many organizations, because this is simple. You need to provide your employees with email. You need to provide them with the ability, to edit documents. And if you're doing it in the old way, most probably there will be lots of, especially young employees, that will be very unhappy with how you're doing it. So they want to be able to work from anywhere. They want to be working from any device that they have, their own devices, the company provided devices, and to be able to work together, not just alone, and then just like sending your ideas and watching them die in the old tool that you maybe have in your company. Leading solutions in the market that we can really recommend are the three shown in this slide. So there is like Microsoft has this Microsoft Office that has been in our lives for like 20 years now, and we have been using it, and Excel, Word, PowerPoint, that have become symbols of the office productivity. Now Microsoft is changing, so there is Office 365 that enables you to have everything in the cloud. It also enables you to have the version where you can still have the Microsoft Office with full features on your own computer. And Microsoft Office 365 is really like the cornerstone of your move to the cloud. So if you are conservative, but you would like to have the best, then go with Office 365. This is really like a clear-cut choice. There is also the Google Productivity Suite, Google Apps for Work. It is built on the cloud, and it was built primarily for the cloud. It is an amazing collaboration solution that enables you to have the full real-time productivity and work on documents with your colleagues, just comment in the real time, work within across continents, across time zones, and just have the maximum of the collaboration. What we would say is take both Google Apps and Office 365 for your company, because these two solutions combined together are really an amazing way in which your company can prosper and benefit from the way in which you would like to work and combine those solutions together. So Miadria is developing now the software that will enable administrators in the companies to manage Google Apps and Office 365 from one place. So there will be no more reason why you shouldn't be using both solutions simultaneously. There is also the dark horse in the market, which is an amazing solution. IBM Verse, which really enables you to handle your tasks and to work in email, but in a completely different sense. IBM Verse is the product of the collaboration between IBM and Apple, and it is also something worth considering for companies. So basically, what we have experienced is, there are no two companies that are alike. There are no two employees that are alike. And when we are considering the move to the cloud for your email and productivity needs, we would be more than happy to make an analysis and to see what mix of those three solutions would be the best for you. Some companies tell us, we want all three of them. It is so hard to make a decision because all three solutions are really top of the line. They are each a little bit different, and they are all same in many regards. But if you, for instance, want to have all three of those solutions, and for instance, in our company, we are all using all three of these solutions. So basically, we are using each one of those solutions when we find it the most practical at some situation. So I've gotten used to mixing all three of them, and they're all amazing with so many features, and you can build your business processes in Google Apps. You can build your business processes in Office 365. Some of them will work better in IBM Verse. If you need, for instance, to send an email to somebody and then meticulously track when they respond, how they respond, you can use IBM Verse for that. If you want to work on one huge document with so many of your colleagues that you really can't even remember who needs to do what, but you want to have everything under control, then use Google Drive. If you want to be able, to utilize all those features that Excel has brought to you, and to just, crumble your data instead of using sometimes, some companies are using like the business intelligence on site, very expensive, installations and stuff like that, when you have everything in Excel, and for instance, you can also build on top of that with the Power BI, which is also amazing stuff from Microsoft. So there's so many solutions. I could really be saying lots of about this for like days. I think that we have been quite quick. It has been only an hour, and I was trying, not to bore you with all that stuff that we are in every day. I don't know if there is any question. Just please feel free to pop in and ask, or you can always contact me on my email, and we can schedule one-on-one and talk more about each of the solutions and how you can use it in your business. So the point is how to use all these possibilities in your everyday business, because technology is not here just to be here and just like, we should maybe introduce some new technology because we think that it is very fancy, but we need to, really think how this technology can help us change. The hard truth is really that digital enterprise is fundamentally different from companies that are not changing. Because if you're using digital, if you're changing and using public cloud, you are able to use to do business globally in a very easy way. It will come natural to you. If you have the digital workplace, you will have a free flow of information. Your employees will be more willing to share with you. Your employees will be more willing, to give you information in the digital form than if you ask them directly. It's normal, and it's really changing the way how communication flows within the company, especially for the big old companies that have a very strict structure. It is very beneficial to use these new tools and technologies, just to change the way in which you communicate to your employees and how you gather ideas. And having collaboration and mobility in real time, it is obviously a big advantage. It really can free up all that time that you were using, to gather data, to enter data, to assemble data, and then to check data. You have everything in real time. There is no more need for that. Big data is changing the horizon of the business intelligence as we knew it. BigQuery by Google, it really enables you to analyze lots of data in real time. You no longer need to worry about whether you have enough storage in your servers. You've seen that 40% is the average increase of data in companies. So BigQuery can really free you up from that. You can really just pay for what you use and don't know, there will be no worries about the amount of data that you have. The use of tools in the digital workplace is always intuitive. It is not complicated. It is not something that your employees will not be able to handle. We sometimes hear that, sometimes IT managers are worried about their employees. Will they be able to handle that? They have been in the company for a long time, and maybe they will not be willing to change. People will surprise. People are using Gmail. People are using Hotmail. People are using Dropbox in their personal lives. So maybe your employees will not be needing training at all. Maybe they will be using some of the tools that we sell to our clients. We sometimes see that employees are using them in the ways that nobody has ever taught before. They are just taking their own piece of work that they have, and they're just adapting their business process and using it better with the new tools that they have. So let the employees startle you with how creative they are, and how they can use cloud to benefit your company, and how they will use it to benefit your bottom line in the end. There are some of the important points that we would like to make in the end. We are unfortunately nearing the end. I hope that it's a good thing. We will not be boring you for long. This hangout on air will remain on YouTube for you to watch when you have time. And I know that it is always very difficult to schedule to be present at some hangout on air at one point. So there are some very important points that we would like to make. So bring your own device. So bring your own device to work is really great for employees. They can bring the devices that they would like to use, not the ones that they are given, and they can be comfortable with the way that they are using their devices. But the important point to make is the security. You really need to have the mobile device management. It is not to be taken lightly. There are lots of applications that are doing some stuff in the end, in their back end, that you do not want your company data to be subject to. You really need to know your stuff about security. You really need to implement the mobile device management. It is like a must. But using the BYOD concept is very good for your company, and if handled properly, it will really increase the employee satisfaction and their ability to be productive. The second thing that is very important is faster go-to-market. So if you're using the public cloud, you can I don't know, you have some idea, you want to test it. You can use the public cloud to just, make the development machine and to be testing it, to be spinning it in as many instances as you want to. You can be, just making all those important changes and be able to go to market with the products and to be in new markets geographically when you want. You no longer need to think about big changes to your infrastructure and of buying servers. You just can focus on your business, and that is the most important thing about the public cloud and all those abilities that the infrastructure can provide you with. Then there is mobile. In addition to BYOD, the mobile concept, the ability that your workers that are shown on this picture, for instance, can have their business application on their tablets, and to be able to report to you exactly what is going on the site, what is happening. You can also set up applications, to track where they're going, so that in the real time what is happening to your business, what is happening to the building that you're currently building for someone. You really can use mobile in so many very innovative ways that you most probably never thought of before. And then there is the digital. The digital really changes the way in which companies see themselves, and when you are able, just to make use of all this data that we are, emanating so much bits and bytes around us with our mobile phones, with our computers and everything, but making sense of that digital information, making sense making business sense of all of that is very important, and it is very essential to prosper in and grow in the near future. So go digital, and go digital fast. And the most important thing is, if you change and if you are able, to put all those wonderful possibilities into use in your organization, you will have a competitive advantage, and you will be able to prosper from that. And as I said before, it is not important that you change everything now and to have everything new like tomorrow. It is important to start thinking and to start implementing changes in the areas where you can really benefit the most and very fast. And we are experts in that. Miadria has lots of experience working with companies of various sizes. Our largest clients are 5,000 and plus employees, and we know how to recognize the areas. We do the workshop, we talk to our client, and we are trying always to find what is that one area that you can start with, and that can bring you lots of advantage. And then we can work slowly to implement other changes. But trust me, even doing one short trip to the public cloud, and having the digital and mobile and BigQuery and the new way of thinking about business intelligence and making business decisions can be really the game changer for your company. And we would be more than delighted to help you with that. The problem is that competition is not waiting. The competition is already looking into all this stuff and making changes that they would like to see. And you can outpace your competition with this innovation. You can be sure that innovation is constant, and we can help you use the best tools for your business and recognize those areas where you can really make that gigantic leap and become better than your competition. We are also offering you some of those trials and promo codes. Miadria Group can provide you with this initial credit for the Google Cloud Platform, and with $200 additional credit from us. We also have some Microsoft Azure Free Pass for some of you. We do not have those in unlimited amount. So if you would like to try it, please get back to us and we can provide you with some. But we can promise that. But we have the unlimited amount of Microsoft Office 365 trials, and of IBM Connections trial with IBM Verse, and of Cisco Meraki Cloud Networking webinars and free devices for some of you also. We would love to work with you, and we encourage you to use this Google Cloud platform in trials, and just try and see what is in there. This is not, of course, everything that we can offer you. These are just some promo codes for you, just to like dip your toe in the big pool of water, and we would love to work with you and provide you with more information. So please do not hesitate to contact us. We are here for you. So engage with us if you have any questions, if you want to do any changes in your company, if you have some big new projects coming up and you're not sure if you could use some of the new technologies for that, just get back to us. Just ask us and talk to us and explain your problems to us, and we will try and find the best way in which to use the new technology. We are the ones following the new technology. We are the ones, that are, analyzing what impact new technology has, and how some verticals can use it, and maybe we already have some ideas that you could use, and just get started with new and exciting ways of doing business, and you might not even know it. So please just contact us. We can go back, and I will show you my email, and when we go back, I can see that we really talked about lots of things. We had an event, a live event with all this information, like less than a month ago, and it took us like 3 hours. So I thought that we would be using it, we would be talking more, but it seems that when we condensed information and didn't have any coffee breaks, that it's really like an hour and 20 minutes. But I hope that nobody was bored. So please contact us on our emails and talk to us. Let us know, connect with me on LinkedIn, and we would love to be your guide to the cloud, and enable you to move your business to the cloud in the way that will benefit you. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking. I hope that it was also interesting for you, and that was it. Thank you so much. Bye.